My name is Ebenezer Kofi Blankson. We are the National Folklore Board at the Asanka Museum. Our guest for today is Kola Braimah, and he is the president of the Vegetarian Association of Ghana.
You know, first and foremost, I'm actually a naturopath, and I own a health and wellness center called Life Wellness Wholistic Center. I also own a nutritional store that supports the wellness center. So they complement each other. Now, these two companies, I love what I do so much that my experiences and the kind of people I encounter in these two centers is what has motivated me to want to give back. So the vehicle in giving back is the Vegetarian Association of Ghana, of which I'm now the president. Now back to your question. The Vegetarian Association of Ghana has been in existence for more than, let me say, almost 15 years. But it is now that people are getting to know more of it. I don't know whether it's because of COVID or something, where now everybody is trying to eat well. People want to gravitate towards a healthy lifestyle and stuff. Since I took over the presidency, we've done a little change in terms of how we are positioned and orientated. In fact, even this year, we've repositioned again. Firstly, when I took the reins, we're kind of what I call vegan snobs, meaning that if you're not vegetarian, you don't want to see yourself. It didn't make sense to me, because how are you going to help and support people transition into being vegans if they don't see what you do? So until last year, we are an association that welcome anybody. We don't care who you are. The simple denominator or numerator is for you to want to live a healthy lifestyle. That's all that we're asking for. So we are not asking you, are you a meat eater? You join us. The whole idea is this: as you join us and we progressively and continually demonstrate what is possible without the meat, fish, chicken, and dairy, you start to do the transition gradually, and we provide the support. Now this year, to conclude, this year we've gone even a step further, because we've come to realize that even eating our local foods and everything is common to us. I mean, it's cultural, it's part of us, and a basic let me say a basic need is for us to understand who we are as a people, where we came from, where we are now, and where we want to go. In fact, in short, Sankofa. So we've positioned ourselves this year as Africa's foremost Pan-African Vegetarian Association. So that's where we are now.
Someone will be out there and we hear about vegetarian. What's the benefits of becoming a vegetarian?
Well, today, you know what I tell people? I said, don't believe anything I say. It is out there for you to go and find out. And it's not too difficult. I call the internet the physical God. You know, God is energy, spirit. Physically, is using people to demonstrate his invisibility. And the physical and the internet provides what God can do. So all people with all ideas, with all information is out there. Your question, what is the benefits of being a vegetarian? I mean, without doubt, people do know that being a vegetarian, you lead a more healthier lifestyle. What that means is that it translates to adding age to your life and life to your age. I always tell people, what doesn't heal you, what doesn't kill you will heal you, as I say. So I like people to do it for themselves. I need you to experiment for yourself, because you don't have to take what I'm saying. But we don't know. I mean, it's been shown over and over again that people who are more plant-based eating seems to be healthier. And today, WHO will tell you that one of the meat and meat products is virtually like number one cause of cancer. So if you want to one of the big benefits is that if you want to prevent cancer, be a vegetarian. Means you eliminate the animal protein, dairy, and all that stuff from your life. But more importantly, being a vegetarian is a lifestyle. And Professor Kosa will tell you 1 out of every 4 Ghanaian is diabetic. But they don't even know. You understand? And part of the reasons why people are diabetic is lifestyle. And this lifestyle results in people eating in a way and eating foods that are not healthy. So, you know, when you are vegetarian, you put your weight in check. It helps you achieve ideal body weight. And that's the first step of making sure that you are having a healthier lifestyle and avoiding lifestyle ailments like diabetes, hypertension, gout, sexual dysfunction, how do you call these women's fibroids and all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, the benefits are enormous. It help you gain weight, lose weight, keep your ideal weight, avoid lifestyle ailments, and many more. And even more important, I tell people, it's a cheaper way of living. Yeah. You know, this. I'm sure you were going to ask that question. Maybe I'm preempting it. That people say that being a vegetarian is expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
For a fact.
Yes, that being a vegetarian is expensive.
Really? Okay. Let's break it down.
Yes.
If you and I go and buy wache,
Okay.
let's start from the basic. We are going to buy all the wache, and then both of us have bought the wache. So the wache, rice and beans, which is very healthy meal with a stew. Then we both add salad. I will stop there.
Okay.
What will you add?
I'll add meat, egg, fish, willy, and you may name it.
Okay.
Yes.
So at my basic, where I will stop, maximum will be about 5-6 cedis.
Okay.
Add yours.
That would be much.
Exactly. And I'm not going to add all those things because I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat all the things that you mentioned. And again, the reason why most people think it's expensive is because they don't live it as a way of life. You know, since I became a vegetarian, the tendency of eating like, and then when I do my corn, I've stopped. You know why?
Why?
I eat according to foods that are in season. I cook for myself. So when I enter my kitchen, I look at all the foodstuffs that may go bad or may, you know, for some reason perishable and things, and I create the meal. You understand? Now the reason why most people see it as expensive is that they've seen that vegetarianism is helpful, so they want to do it. But because it's not a way of life, they go and shop 20 cedis, 20 cedis, so plenty. I let you drink, and then it's there. They don't eat it all. Then the thing all will rot. And then they will say it's expensive. You understand? So it's your budget as a whole. Because I tell you, by the time I buy food stuff, say about 60 cedis, it will last me about 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. And you know, it's a lifestyle too. You learn a lot of things. So nothing of mine goes to waste. If, for example, my tomatoes is going to go bad, I'll cut it, sun dry it, spice it, and add it to my food. So you even learn to be a cook, because I stopped eating outside because you don't know what is out there. You understand me? And because you are cooking for yourself, you become much more miserly and economically and informative. There's much information now. That's what I'm saying. The internet physical God is there. You know what I mean? You can learn so many things with recipes. So that concept that vegetarianism is expensive, we debunk it all the time. I mean, look at rice and beans or red. Red is vegetarian, and when I get my red, that's it. But today, I'm 58 now. You know, when we didn't know all our years, red is just red. The beans and the tatale or whatever, and maybe the gari. Now people will add meat, egg. The beans is already protein. Why the additional meat and fish and chicken to the red? Now it's no more red. You see what I mean? Yeah, so it can be more expensive. Tendency is for people to use labels, and I don't like labeling. I don't like labels. I'm vegan, I'm vegetarian, I'm pescatarian. What I love and I like to hear is plant-based eaters, that, you know, because it signifies what we want to get out there, that eat predominantly plant-based food. So we're not asking people to vegetarians. We're asking people to incorporate more plant-based food into their meal for a start. Because once you do that, remember, real food is the food that is is not denatured, it's not destroyed. It needs wholesomeness as God created. Fruits, vegetables, seeds, and nuts. And then of course, you look at the micro herbs. So when you look at the raw foods table, you have water as the base, and that's quite very important because we are water beings. We're over 70% water. So it's very essential that everybody must get enough water in your system. Otherwise, you are like fish out of water and you are struggling, because we are water beings. After that is the vegetables. After that is the fruits. Now, the water, the vegetables, and the fruits, you can eat as much as you can. The body is receptive to it. Beyond that, then you look at the seeds and nuts, and then the microgreens. So when you look at this table that I've just described, which is what real food is, you understand? Even herbs, which is the microgreens, is considered as food, not as medicine. Because people have a tendency of moving away from allopathic drugs because they said, I want to do things naturally, and think that they are going to take herbs to heal themselves. That's not how we want to see it. We want to see you using your herbs as food, as part of your food culture. Meaning that every day when you are eating your smoothies, you put some moringa in, whether you are sick or not. If tomorrow you are doing some shake and things, you can add a baobab, you can add a moringa, you can add an eucalyptus. It should be part of it. You are not going to wait till you are sick and say, nah, I'm going to take moringa to heal myself. Healing is in the food you eat. Fruits, vegetables, seeds, and nuts, and water. Once you're doing a lot of more of this regular, all these things I've described, they're plant-based. So I love the plant-based agenda. So forget about being a vegetarian things. Just make sure that you are doing more of the good. That is incorporating more plant-based food in your diet. And you know the beauty, once you start doing that, you see the health benefits. You'll be healthier, you lose weight, the tendency to crave for food or will lower itself. If you have sugar issues, it will drop. Hypertension, diabetes is going away only because you are eating very well. But having said that, let me put a little caveat. It's not only about food, but because you're a soul being, you're a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual being. Remember? So it's the full gambit. Apart from eating very well and hydrating, there are other elements that affect your health, which includes exercises, good sleep, getting enough sunshine and good air, and then more importantly, what I call the silent killer, which affects almost all our state of being, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Stress. You can eat well, exercise, do everything. If you are stressed, all those things will vanish away. Just imagine if you have trouble, like you have a bad incident, or you have a bad information, or the demise of a loved one, or you are heartbroken because you buy a jar or something. Uber phones say, you lose weight. You know what I mean? In fact, I always jokingly tell most of my clients that, oh, you want to lose weight? Find trouble. Once you get trouble, you lose weight, jokingly. So what I'm trying to say is that, but more important, what I'm trying to tell you is that if you don't manage stress, you can be doing all these things and nothing will come out of it. So being healthy encompasses the whole gamut.
That's when nobody was even following you
in terms of vegetarianism and stuff like that.
And all that. Like, what were your challenges all along, and why did you come back to Ghana?
Okay, but to start with, let me correct an impression. I've always been in Ghana. I just actually traveled briefly. Yeah, about traveling briefly during my time in EcoBank, because I used to be a banker, and went to do my master's and just came back. So I've always been here. What made me start being a vegetarian and vegan? It's a long story, but let's cut it short. Listen, like I just told you, I was a banker for 21 years. I left the banking and decided to set out my own small microfinance and trade finance company. And a year into this wonderful opportunity after leaving the bank, the global meltdown, that in 2008, hit. So I went from hero to zero. It was traumatic, and that's why I always talk about stress. Because those years, I could lie in bed and my eyes are on the ceiling all night. And I realized that it's not the money I've lost, but I was more concerned about what people would think about me. Stress. I was putting myself under unnecessary stress that was not, and no amount of not sleeping or thinking about it was going to generate the money to offset all the money that I've lost. So stress was key. So in this state, I was fortunate to meet one naturopath called Dr. Frank Sidawi, of blessed memory. I think he died a couple of years ago. And he introduced me to this, how to eat well, manage my stress, letting go, all those things. And that was very transformative. So yes, that's about 10 years ago. Initially, when I recovered and got out of all these things, I saw, I've always been entrepreneurial. So I saw a business opportunity. It's like, this is an opportunity to make money, because I see a lot of people who have similar issues. So I went into it. I'll tell you, it was not easy, because the motivation was to make money. And I met all sorts of challenges. People came into my practice, took advantage of me because I was not a practitioner and stuff like that. Until it reached a point where I realized that I love doing what I do. I love touching, changing lives and things. People come to me, sometimes they don't have money. I knew that I was in a position to help. So at the stage, as if I was writing a charity. Then I had a very aha experience that totally transformed me. And I realized that this is what I want to do. This is my life purpose. And I really discovered why I'm here. And my life purpose is to help others find their life purpose. So that transformed me completely and stuck to. So yeah, there were challenges. 10 years ago, who cares about vegetarianism, about eating healthy and stuff? But I had seen something. The universe has opened my eyes to a lot of things. So I stuck by it. I couldn't do anything else. Whether good or bad, a day inside. And every year, I even get in deeper and deeper and deeper. Because, there's so many people to touch. So many people that we need to help raise their awareness and consciousness to know that I used to weigh 110 kilos. Anybody in the bank would tell you. So I've come a long way, and I've seen, at my practice, how we help people transform their lives or get rid of lifestyle ailments by just advising them what they should eat. So it's phenomenal. I can't help it. And this is like a revelation that you have to share all the time. You can't just, as things will help someone like Amma and things, you find them and they'll find you. Because we are all light workers trying to achieve the same thing, try to touch lives, try to change lives, try to raise people's awareness. So it's a tough journey, but we'll find ourselves, and God, so being good, make sure that He carries us through on a day-by-day basis. So I would say, in short, God is good. But let me tell you what has happened the last 2 years, amazingly. Then COVID hit. I hate to say that, but I tell people that for me and for where my life had come from and where I'm going, COVID has been a blessing. Because you know what it's done? It's raised people's consciousness and awareness. Now we hear people talk about eating well. Because now when you get COVID, they won't treat you with anything. They will tell you to go home, eat well. The president says, Mundi, kotombre and things. Something we were saying 10 years ago. Now we don't need to say it. It's out there. And people have come to realize that. And remember, go and look at the statistics. About 90-something% of the people who have died in Ghana and almost everywhere, had underlying conditions. And those underlying conditions are lifestyle ailments that has come as a result of what we eat and how we live our lifestyle and how we under stress. So all the things that we've been talking about for the past 10 years, in the last 2 years, without even marketing or telling anybody. So I tell people, this is our time.
Our time.
Okay, this is lovely. Okay. I eat it every day. This is lovely.
So, Mary, to the camera.
Yeah, show it to camera.
So that at least we have a shot of it. No, bring it closer.
Bring it to God.
And stand in front of. Oh no, I can't see at all. This way. Hey, it's over. It's with you. I'll shoot another one.
You shoot it and then you edit it.
I have another,
okay.
Sam over there.
But you can see it. You can see it. Okay. So you see, what you have here is, I say, grated coconut and brown rice, like done in the form of. You can do it like in a stir fry or something, and you have your beans, and I think that's mushroom right there. So that is a very conventional meal for us. And if you look at the nutritional value of what you are eating, is amazing. The brown rice contains a lot of fiber. You have your beans there. You have your mushroom that has calcium and stuff like that. Food as medicine. So you are ingesting food into your system that is supposed to heal you. And you see what you are doing here? You see, you are just about having to taste this amazing vegan meal. I always tell people that when you're about to eat, you must have a dialogue with the food. It's very, very important. So as you are just about going to taste this food, you must ask yourself, is this food I'm going to eat going to heal me, or is going to kill me? Because there are two things. Trust me, what we eat makes us. So the food I'm going to eat, is it going to heal me, or is it going to kill me? I've demonstrated to you what is in this food. I call it soul food. Because it's going to speak to your soul. You know what I mean? Good.
It's going to speak to my soul.
Soul, exactly.
Let's find out where that's going to.
They said speak to your food.
Is it well?
Speak to.
Amazing.
Wow. Very nice.
Very nice.
Coconut, brown rice,
beans and your tomato stew with mushroom and stuff like that. Well spiced, I want to believe. You know, spiced with all the what you call medicinal herbs. The ginger, the cinnamon, the rose wisa, from wisa, all those things. And I always tell people the meat we eat. The meat itself is blunt. You can't eat meat like that raw. Now, what makes the meat sweet is the spices that you use. So our position is that why do you want to get a value in terms of the taste of the meat when it is the spices that make it so nice? So why don't you just eat the spices? Why don't you just ingest the spices in your vegetables and things without the side effect of the meat? The animals that eat meat, they don't cook their food. So basically, we destroy the nutritional value of the meat or fish or chicken before we eat it. Because if you're actually eating because of the nutrients, then why are you cooking, frying the food? Because at any element that you process the food, it loses its nutritional value. And in Ghana, it's even worse. Because sometimes our food is cooked over 2 hours. Look at the way we do our stew and the soups. And we will say that they will say stew no nkwane pi and I nkwa just 2 hours. Where is the nutritional value? Where is it? You've killed everything. And I always tell people to, when you eat, especially when you're eating a food and you don't see color, like now you can see a red, you can see this, you can see a white, you can see brown. You must see the color. Once you don't see the color, it means that the food is gone. And most of the food we eat in Ghana, there are 2 colors, always, averagely. Nkwai ni fufu, wache ni stew, granite soup ni bayere. It's two colors. You must eat rainbow. When you sit down, you must get 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. And you must see the color to be healthy. Don't you see color is beautiful? Yeah. They say variety is the spice of life. So you want to eat rainbow, you must see the color in your food, which means that the only way you can see color in your food is not to overcook it. It has to be just slightly, if you have to, or the best is to eat your food raw. And all these things I'm talking, you can eat it raw. You can eat tomatoes raw. You can eat onion raw. You can eat carrots raw. You can eat them all raw. So because we were not brought up to eat that way, we are not saying that be a say 100% fruitarian. But it's quite very important that you are incorporating this raw food in your meals, that you must see it colorfully, you know. And seriously, I always advise people that don't eat more than, like this cooked meal, you shouldn't eat it more than once a day. Once a day. Then the other meals, the breakfast or dinner, are uncooked. You're on the path to healthy lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, to join the Vegetarian Association of Ghana, it's open to everybody. The beauty is that we have a close WhatsApp group. You know, it's a WhatsApp, so it's like a safe haven for members. And on that WhatsApp group, you know, we provide all the resources, the eateries where you can get your ingredients. If you need support on your lifestyle, healthy journey, we'll help you with it. What we normally do is that we add members complimentarily for a month. If you like it there, then you take up any of our membership subscriptions. Now, any information you want to find out about our group, you can find it on our online at vegghana.org. And the Veg Ghana is veghghana.org. All the information you need to find out about Veg Ghana is there. How to join, the membership options, the benefits of being a member, it's all there. And the second Sunday of every month, we meet online via Zoom. Prior to COVID, we were physically meeting at Christ the King International School, and we had already told ourselves and decided that we were meeting online before even COVID hit. You understand? So we meet the second Sunday of every month. But apart from that, we have various programs that we do throughout the year. Like every Monday, we do what we call Raw Food Monday. So every Monday, we encourage our members not to eat any cooked meal, only on Mondays. And then once every quarter, once every 3 months, our members go on what we call 7 days raw food experience. So for 7 days, we don't eat cooked meal. You know, the beauty about this is that once you do the raw food Monday, that is 52 days in a year. If you add the 7-day raw food, that's 7 times 4, 28 plus 52. That's a quarter of the year where you allow your organs, your kidney, liver, spleen, to experience raw food. Charlie, sickness vanishes. Oh, sickness vanishes. And then of course we do our potluck periodically. When people meet, everybody will cook like this meal and other meals, and we all bring it together and share in a festive period. Now COVID has slowed that a bit. And then of course we have our flagship festival that is done the second weekend of December, where we bring all the health and wellness community, the vegetarian, vegan, or everybody in the health and wellness community. The children have a great time. There's music, people display this thing. And this last year when we did it, we had 33 vegan food vendors. So 33 of them cooking meals that did not contain any meat, fish, chicken, or anything. In fact, we just wanted to demonstrate to people what is possible, and that is about everything and anything.
Everything and anything.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My name again is Ebenezer Kofi Blankson, reporting from the Asanka Museum from the National Folklore Board. Thank you.